Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're gearing up for your next big career move, you gotta just toss out everything you learned about job hunting even just a few years ago. We're looking straight at the 2026 job market, and landing that dream role right now, it absolutely requires mastering a very specific, highly effective AI toolkit. Being a great candidate just doesn't cut it anymore, you know? You actually have to translate your greatness into a language the algorithms understand. So today, we're taking a fascinating dive into the exact tools you're going to need to build what we call your 2026 career capital. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's unpack this. The modern job market basically operates on two parallel layers. The first one, that's the algorithmic layer. Today, AI-powered applicant tracking systems, or ATS, are screening the vast majority of incoming applications. They're literally your new robot gatekeepers. The second layer is the human layer. You know, the actual recruiter or hiring manager who makes the final call. Here's the catch. If you only write for the human, the robot rejects you. But if you only write for the robot, the human gets completely bored. So our mission today is figuring out how to win at both layers simultaneously. To get there, here's the roadmap we're following today. First, the new job market. Second, writing your AI resume. Third, beating the ATS bots. Fourth, your digital billboard. And finally, acing the interview. All right, starting with Section 1, the new job market, and exactly how AI changed hiring.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that to win at both the robotic and human layers, you need a super specialized set of tools. You've got to decode exactly what those ATS systems are hunting for, but even more importantly, you need to position your own AI skills as a massive competitive differentiator. It's not just about using AI to get the job, right? It's about showing them you are already fluent in the technology of 2026. Here's a look at your complete 2026 career toolkit. I know, it looks like a crazy amount of homework at first glance. We've got tools for career management, keyword scoring, resume writing, interview practice, the whole shebang. But don't stress about memorizing this right now. We're going to break down these exact tools step by step.
Moving on to Section 2, writing your AI resume, establishing your foundation.
Okay, so before you can optimize anything, you need the raw material, right? You need the bullets, the structure, and the actual narrative of your career. Your foundational tools here are Claude over at Claude.ai and Gemini at Gemini.google.com. Honestly, think of these totally free tools as your Swiss Army knife for the entire job hunt. They are just absolutely incredible for the heavy lifting of text generation. You can take your old, tired resume bullets, paste them in, and prompt these models to rewrite them using the super effective STAR plus metric formula. You know, situation, task, action, result, heavily backed up by hard numbers. But it doesn't stop there. You can also use them to generate highly tailored cover letters, because let's face it, generic cover letters are totally dead in 2026. You can even use them to simulate mock interviews and map out your long-term career path.
Right, so once you've got your raw text dialed in, you need to format it flawlessly. Enter Resi, located at resi.ai. Resi operates on a freemium model, and it is specifically designed for resume architecture. So instead of, wrestling with formatting in a clunky word processor, you just feed Resi your bullet prompts, and its AI actually writes and formats ATS-optimized resume sections for you. It guarantees this really strong star format output that looks perfectly professional to the human eye, while being structurally flawless for the algorithm to parse. It's a huge time saver.
All right, Section 3. Beating the ATS bots with keyword strategy.
So, your brilliantly formatted resume doesn't really matter if it just gets stuck in that algorithmic filter. To beat it, you actually need to score your resume before the employer even sees it. First up is Jobscan at jobscan.co. It offers a free trial and is pretty much the gold standard for instant ATS match scoring in general markets. But check out this alternative, Yotru at Yotru.com. This is a completely free tool calibrated specifically for African and UK and EU job markets. This is a massive advantage, for example, for Nigerian professionals targeting regional roles, because it actually understands the specific localized nuances of those regional ATS filters.
And this brilliantly illustrates how simple the workflow is with either of these tools. Step 1, you literally just paste your newly written resume and the specific job description into the tool. Step 2, the tool instantly spits out an ATS match score, so say you're sitting at a 40% match. Step 3, and this is where the magic happens, the tool actually hands you a list of the exact missing keywords, broken down section by section, that you need to add to bump that score up to an 80 or 90% match. It's literally like having the answer key to the test.
Now, if you're out there applying to dozens of jobs, juggling all these different resumes and keyword scores can get chaotic pretty fast. That is exactly where Teal comes in. Available for free at tealhq.com, Teal is essentially your all-in-one command center. Think of it as a career management hub, an application tracker, and an ATS match score all rolled into one really clean, unified dashboard. It lets you track every single application you send out, while at the same time monitoring your match percentage for every individual role. Trust me, it really keeps you sane while you're trying to scale your job hunt.
Moving to Section 4, your digital billboard and LinkedIn optimization.
Okay, so now we're stepping firmly back into the human layer. Once you finally beat those ATS bots, the very first thing a human recruiter is going to do is look you up online. And the absolute primary billboard for your career is, without a doubt, LinkedIn. But listen, we aren't just filling out a static profile anymore. If you have access to LinkedIn's built-in AI premium features, you have a major edge. This premium AI will actually jump in and help rewrite your profile sections to make them way more impactful. It proactively suggests relevant skills you might have totally forgotten to list, and, this is super cool, it actually scores your profile's overall strength against the exact target roles you want. Basically, it's constantly working in the background to proactively pull opportunities right to you.
And our final section, Section 5, acing the interview with mock coaching and star responses.
Okay, so you've built the resume, you've beaten the bots, and the recruiter absolutely loved your digital billboard. Great! Now you have to face the human, but true to form for 2026, we're going to use AI to prep for that too. You don't have to practice in the mirror anymore. So the crucial point here is Google Interview Warmup. This is an absolutely fantastic free tool you can find at grow.google/interview-warmup. It is essentially your own personal on-demand AI mock interview coach.
So here is exactly how this works in practice. You actually speak your answers out loud into your microphone, responding to industry-specific AI-generated questions. The AI listens to you and instantly analyzes your pacing. It catches all those annoying little filler words, the ums and ahs that can make you sound just a bit less confident. And then it provides you with actual transcript feedback, analyzing your answer structure to make sure you're really hitting those key star points in your verbal delivery. And you get to do all of this long before you ever step foot in the actual interview room.
And that really brings us full circle here. By utilizing this specific, structured toolkit, using Claude or Gemini for your foundation, Resi for formatting, Yotru or Jobscan to beat the bots, Teal to track it all, and Google to practice your delivery, you are doing so much more than just applying for a job. You are literally turning your AI skills into tangible, highly lucrative career capital. You're proving to your future employer that you don't just understand the future of work, you're actively leveraging it to succeed.
So there we have it. We've laid out the entire roadmap for you. You've got the tools, and you've got the strategy to beat the algorithmic filter and totally win over those human decision makers. My final question to you is this: which AI tool are you going to use to design your 2026 career path today? Seriously, don't wait on this. Pick just one from this explainer, open it up right now, and start building your future. Thanks for hanging out and learning with me today.